Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Good evening, everyone. We'd like to call this Court of Common Council meeting to order for today, January 27, 2025. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Bilodeau?
Here.
Councilman Clark?
Here.
Councilman Gale?
Here.
Councilman Hernandez?
Here.
Councilman Mictum? Councilwoman Rosato?
Present.
Councilwoman Rossetti? Councilwoman Surgeon? Councilman Thomas?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Let us all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Madam Majority Leader, you have the floor.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of January 13th, 2025.
Second. Motion's been made and properly second for approval of the minutes. Any objections? Any objections? Hearing and seeing none. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Bilodeau?
Yes.
Councilman Clark?
Yes.
Councilman Gale?
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez?
Yes.
Councilman Mictum? He's on mute, but he said yes. Councilwoman Rosato?
Yes.
And Councilman Thomas?
Yes.
Pass.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Madam Majority Leader, do you have the floor?
I'd like to make a motion to consent the following items. First, I'll read the item numbers, and then I will read the item descriptions. Item 3.1, item 3.4, item 3.5, item 3.6, item 3.7, item 3.8, item 3.9, item 5.1, and item 5.2. Item 3.1, Mayor Arulampulam with accompanying resolution authorizing the mayor to apply for and accept a grant in the amount of $323,931.61 from the State of Connecticut Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office for the FY 2025 Comprehensive DUI Enforcement Program. Item 3.4, Mayor Arulampulam with accompanying resolution authorizing the City of Hartford to receive NRES credits related to a solar array at Lovers Lane, Pony, and Torrington, Connecticut. Item 3.5, Mayor Arulampulam with accompanying resolution authorizing the City of Hartford to receive NRES credits related to a solar array at Town Farm Road in Enfield, Connecticut. Item 3.6, Mayor Arulampulam with accompanying resolution authorizing the city of Hartford to receive NRES credits related to a solar array at West Hill Road in Torrington, Connecticut. Item 3.7, Mayor Arulampulam with accompanying resolution authorizing the city of Hartford to receive NRES credits related to a solar array at Lovers Lane in Torrington, Connecticut. Item 3.8, Mayor Arulampulam with accompanying resolution authorizing the city of Hartford to receive NRES credits related to a solar array at Lakeside Road in Morris, Connecticut. Item 3.9, Mayor Arulampulam with accompanying resolution authorizing the city of Hartford to receive NRES credits related to a solar array at Cherry Hill Road in Middlefield, Connecticut. Item 5.1, a resolution by Council President Surgeon, Assistant Majority Leader T.J. Clark, Councilwoman Mally Rosado, and Councilwoman Bilodeau. Resolution to raise the Pan-African flag. Item 5.2, resolution by Assistant Majority Leader Clark, Council President Shirley Surgeon, resolution for health in all policies.
Second. Motion's been made and properly second to add the following items on the consent calendar. Are there any objections? Any objections? Hearing or seeing none, Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll on the consent calendar?
On the consent calendar items, Councilwoman Bilodeau,
Yes.
Councilman Clark,
Yes.
Councilman Gale,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Mictum. He says yes. Councilwoman Rosado.
Yes, and could you add me to item 5.2, Mr. Clerk, please?
Duly noted. And Councilman Thomas. Yes. Passed.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Madam Majority Leader, you have the floor.
I make a motion to receive the following item, item 3.12. That item is a communication from the Labor, Education, Workforce, and Youth Development Committee. It's a communication concerning presentation and an update on the strategic planning update, high-level budget overview, staffing, and recruitment from the Hartford Public Schools Superintendent.
Second. Motion's been made and properly second on the received items. Any discussions? Any discussions? Hearing or seeing none, Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
On the received items, Councilwoman Bilodeau,
Yes.
Councilman Clark,
Yes.
Councilman Gale,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Mictum. He says yes. Councilwoman Rosado
Yes.
and Councilman Thomas. Yes. Pass.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, Madam Majority Leader, you have the floor.
I make a motion to refer the following items. Items 3.2, 3.3, 3.10, and 3.11 to the Health and Human Services Committee, and 4.1 to the Operations Management, Budget, and Government Accountability Committee, with a public hearing on that item scheduled for Tuesday, February 18th, 2025 at 7 p.m. I'll now read the items. Item 3.2 is a communication from Mayor Arulampulam with accompanying resolution authorizing the City of Hartford's Department of Health and Human Services, DHHS, to accept and distribute $500 in gift cards from the Granby Congregational Church. Item 3.3, a communication from Mayor Arulampulam with accompanying resolution to accept approximately $1,090,000 in annual grant funding from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention for opioid funding. Item 3.10, communication from Mayor Arulampulam with accompanying resolution for the appointment of Lisa J. Herrera to the Commission of Refugee and Immigrant Affairs. And item 3.11, communication from Mayor Arulampulam with accompanying resolution confirming the appointment of Claudette M. Graham to the Commission on Refugee and Immigrant Affairs. Those are all referred to the Health and Human Services Committee. And 4.1 is an ordinance introduced by Mayor Arulampulam with accompanying ordinance amendment of Section 32-18 of the Municipal Code, and that was referred to the Operations Management, Budget, and Government Accountability Committee. And again, that has a hearing on Tuesday, February 18th, 2025 at 7 p.m.
Second. Thank you. The motion has been made and properly second on the referred items. Are there any discussions on the referred items? Any discussion? Hearing or seeing none, Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
On referred items, Councilwoman Bilodeau,
Yes.
Councilman Clark,
Yes.
Councilman Gale,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Migdum. He said yes. Councilwoman Rosado,
Yes.
and Councilman Thomas. Pass.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Madam Majority Leader, you have the floor.
I'd like to make a motion to postpone item 3.13 until February 10th, 2025. That is a communication from Mayor Arulampulam vetoing the resolution discussing salary between Hartford's two registrar of voters.
Second. Motion has been made and properly seconded to postpone item 3.13. Are there any discussions? Any discussions? Hearing or seeing none. Mr.
We can't hear him, though.
Councilman Mishram? We can't hear you, sir.
We can't hear you.
Okay.
He said never mind.
All right. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
On the,
He said never mind.
He said forget
on
it.
the postponed items, Councilman Clark, I'm sorry, Councilwoman Billadou,
Yes.
Councilman Clark,
Yes.
Councilman Gale,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Migdum. He says yes. Councilwoman Rosado,
Yes.
and Councilman Thomas.
Yes.
Pass.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Seeing we have no other items of business to discuss at this council meeting is now adjourned. Thank you very much and have a great evening.